Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to Jargon Free Help. Before I get on to this week's topic, I'd like to know from all of you who've used eBay what you think of it. Have you had trouble using it? Do you enjoy using it? Have you had any bad experiences with buyers or sellers? If you have, please get back to me. Drop me a line. You can do that via the website on our contact page. I want to know about these things because I want to get into some of the what you should look out for on eBay and also how to make the best out of eBay. And I want some of your experiences to go along with that as well. And actually recently, this week, I actually had a problem with a buyer and I had to get the transaction stopped and they're now looking into it. So you really do have to keep a lookout on what you're doing. So that's eBay. Please send me your stories, your tips and your advice. And sometime soon, I'll be doing a podcast on it. In the meantime, I've been enjoying my iPad and watching video on it, and I've realised a lot of you actually don't really take advantage of watching the video on here. And you can do things by using some of the online services. There's plenty of websites such as the BBC iPlayer, YouTube and so on to watch video. But then, how do you get your DVDs onto the iPad so you can watch them there? And the same applies to the iPhone. But before I do this, I do have to mention that actually in many countries, this isn't legal to do that, to take a DVD that you own and to put it on to another type of device, such as the iPad. So I do actually wish that these countries would get with it and make adjustments to those laws so that you can actually copy them for your own use. Clearly, distributing it is illegal, so don't do that. But anyway, how do you get it onto here? Well, there's two bits of software I've found that are very good for this. One of them is Magic DVD Ripper, which is good for using on Windows. It's not free, you do have to pay for it. It's pretty quick, but basically you put your DVD in, you run the program, it's easy to follow, and then all you need to do is copy it, say, into your iTunes, which will then copy it onto your iPod, iPod Touch, onto your iPad or iPhone. Now, if you do want to put it onto your iPad, it is fairly new, and if you are using something to copy from your DVDs onto the iPad and you can't find a setting for the iPad, just remember this. It's the same as the one for Apple TV. So if you've got an Apple TV option there and no iPad one, choose that. So that's Windows. These things, some of them apply on the Mac as well, which is the same thing with the Apple TV and the iPad. But there's one on there called Handbrake. I've mentioned this one before. This is a free bit of software, which makes it even a little bit better than Magic DVD Ripper. By the way, there is Handbrake as well for Windows, but I found it very slow, and in some cases it didn't quite do what I wanted. But Handbrake has a whole load of presets as well, and again, choose Apple TV to get it onto an iPad. But I'm sure that's going to be updated to actually have a separate iPad listing there as well. Again, very simple. You put your DVD in, you choose your options, and you let it then rip it onto your hard drive. And again, you then can just drag it across onto iTunes, and again, it'll do the rest. I do enjoy watching video on these, and obviously it's my work too, so I do show people what I do on it as well. I've got them on my iPhone. I use it when I go to the gym, if I'm using the cross trainer or the bike, and I can actually watch podcasts, which I download, which are free. I download things on iTunes, such as TV programs, and I also do what I've just said, which is take the DVD and put them onto my iPhone as well. Although I probably really shouldn't be doing that, but I do it anyway. So that is how you can copy your DVD onto your iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch or iPod, and I find it very useful. But again, I must stress that in many countries, including the UK, USA, Australia, this is actually illegal. So do it with caution, but please, one thing you're going to do is if you are going to do it, don't start selling it and spreading it around and distributing it. That is clearly a criminal offence. So just a little word of warning on that, don't do that. Okay, and now it's on to this week's App of the Week. This week's App of the Week is the Claritin app for showing you what the pollen levels are like. And it just gives you little symbols showing you just how bad it is going to be for today and for tomorrow, and it's broken down into regions. This one is for the UK, but do a search and you might find one for your country. Just simply type in pollen and you'll probably find something there for you. So we're on to this week's new tutorials. Well, last week's tutorials on charts and also resizing pictures turned out to be very popular. So I've added some more on Excel, and hopefully you'll find all of them useful. Don't forget, there are a lot of them there now. If you do have a need for something, drop me a line and I'll add that tutorial. Remember, they are for you. So thanks for watching and see you next week.